Morning Rosettes, how was your weekend? We do hope that this week's reading is going to be a good one. Major change is all well and good, but it would be really nice to have some really calm everyday cards this week with nothing momentous to have to deal with, wouldn't it? Okay, so here goes then. Our first card is Minor Arcana, Two of Wands, nice card. Then we have Ten of Athames, another Minor Arcana card. So far, so good. And finally, I hardly dare turn this one over. What's it going to be? It's the Four of Wands. Great stuff. Nothing to worry about here then. All pretty pleasant cards, in fact. Just what we need, I'd say, right now. So, what should we start with? Well, I think we'll start with the Ten of Athames. Not because of any other reason, except that it's from the suit of Athames and the other two are from the suit of Wands. The card shows a young witch preparing her mandrake root ready to throw into the cauldron, which is boiling away over the hot coals. Witch and the cauldron are surrounded by the 10 swords, and in the foreground there's a little family of wild boar watching the witch to see what she's up to. Given that the mandrake roots and the wild boar signify healing, and determination and overcoming difficulties, it isn't hard to relate this to our recent readings. After the challenges associated with the momentous changes that we've had of late, now's the time to put all that behind us and release all that negativity to make way for a more positive future. You may find that cutting your losses is the way forward. Yes, it's always difficult when this happens, especially when we've expended huge amounts of time, energy, passion, and given ourselves wholly to a relationship or a venture, only to find that it ends badly. But it's a necessary evil sometimes. Years and years ago, when I was taking an evening course, I had this really inspirational teacher who told me that time is never wasted. I didn't really get it at first. One evening I'd worried that I'd spent a whole 3-hour class in the library without finding the information that I needed, and I felt that it had been a complete waste of time. But she made me see a different, more positive angle. That actually I'd needed that time in the library to set down some thoughts, decide what information I didn't want, even though I might not necessarily have found out the information that I did want. This period of reflection was necessary after all. And it was one of the biggest lessons I've ever learned in life. Basically, the idea is that even if you've invested huge amounts in a project or a relationship, you've no doubt learnt lessons along the way that will definitely be useful in the future. Therefore, it hasn't been time spent in vain at all. This viewpoint does take a while to understand, but eventually, when you think about it, it makes perfect sense. Learning from our past experiences, and I'm not going to say mistakes at this point because I don't believe they ever are mistakes, but it's the best way to improve our lot in life. Remember that at the weekend the Strength card appeared, which shows that you do have the courage, the willpower and the determination to improve your situation, and before you know it, this period of change will have passed and you'll feel more stable. Continuing with the theme of onwards and upwards, the Two of Wands is all about laying down plans for success. Here we see a woman who runs a little business from home. She's waving off her cloth or her yarn as it leaves for market, not really knowing what profit she'll make until some later date. Two little frogs leap about behind the cart as they hop off with the two wands. The card even looks positive, doesn't it? The woman's smiling and waving, the colours are golden and russet, and the cottage is just about as cute as cottages get. So this is all about taking a leap of faith. Okay, so you're now moving on to something new. and you have absolutely no idea at this stage how it's going to pan out. Jumping from the frying pan into the fire might well be at the back of your mind, but this card does suggest that if you have courage and are bold and brave, then success is likely. So, this could relate to a new business venture, a new relationship, a new project, and so on. Although the overall outlook is good, at the moment there's still a period of uncertainty to go through. We can never tell how things are going to work out, but if you don't take the risk, you may well spend the rest of your life wondering what if. Isn't it better to have tried and failed than not to have tried at all? The hard work's already been done. The worst bit's always the ending of something, and now you've started to make plans for your new future. All you can do is be determined for it to work, and put your energy and motivation into the new relationship or venture or whatever it is, and have faith that it will work out. Now, the Four of Wands is a great card. What a great time of year for it to appear, just as the apples are falling. In our village, where we live in rural France, this weekend marks the Chestnut and Cider Festival. We've been busy harvesting apples to make into cider, which will keep and then ferment until the winter. That's exactly what the couple in the card are doing, celebrating the apple harvest. It's a great excuse to get together with friends and relatives to celebrate the work that's gone into the past year. You may find that you're caught up in a whirl of social events, weddings, celebrations with colleagues for a job well done, family reunions, school reunions, baby showers, and so on. This is a joyous card indicating happy times, harmony, job satisfaction, and in some cases even romance. Make the most of it. It's about time you had a bit of light-hearted relief. Go on, let your hair down and enjoy yourself. Overall, this is a lovely reading this week, and we're so pleased and relieved to see that we seem to have turned a corner. Feel free to share your story in the comments if you feel that our readings relate to you or are helping you move forward. And if you know someone who might benefit from today's reading, please share our video with them. We still have just over 2 weeks to go in our Etsy sale, so if you haven't visited our store, the link is in the video description. And if you've missed the last couple of readings and want to know what you've missed, just click on the links at the end of this video. If you have a Google account, it's really easy to subscribe to our channel. You can just click on the little icon in the bottom right of the screen at any time during the video. But remember to click on the bell icon too, so that you get notifications. That way you'll know as soon as we release another video. Have a great week then, and we'll speak to you again on Friday.